So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again with not so much of a transfer update, but more of an Arsenal update. We're going to be going through the FA Cup draw. We're going to look to see what that's done to the fixtures in January for not only us, but for Manchester City as well, because they have drawn Chelsea. Mad. We're also going to have a look at the upcoming fixtures for Arsenal within the next couple of weeks that are friendly games that have been announced. So we're going to go through that as well, and just go through anything else on the Arsenal website. Players are back in training, the ones that are not the World Cup. So we're going to have a little look and see who's there and who's featured. But before we do that, make sure you do smash the likes up on the video. Make sure your thumbs in it up, baby. Make sure you are subscribed. If you're not, hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 75k real quick. So thank you to everyone who's done that. Check out the thanks option if you'd like to donate. Big up to everybody who has been donating on these uploads, by the way. I do appreciate it. Just hit the thanks option down there and type in whatever you want. I will reply to you. The highest one will be pinned. And make sure you check out all of the socials, the Facebook, the Insta, and the TikTok. But there's only one place to start, and that is with Arsenal players back in training. Their first day back was yesterday. So yes, yesterday morning they were back in training. Arsenal website saying Monday morning. Sorry, I lie. We're on Wednesday. It was 2 days ago. Monday morning saw the players not currently in action in Qatar return to London Colney as training resumed ahead of the next phase of the Premier League season. Mikel Arteta and his coaching staff were on hand to run the rule over the squad after they enjoyed a couple of weeks of rest following a grueling start to the campaign. The preparations are underway for the post-World Cup resumption, with a trip to Dubai and the home friendly against Juventus also before we get back into competitive action on Boxing Day against West Ham and then against Brighton on New Year's Eve. Our cameras were on hand to capture some of the best of the session and can be seen by pressing play in the video above. Obviously, I can't play the video, but Zinchenko was there, Cedric was there. Who else is there? I can't really see any more on there. But yes, we've got quite a lot of players back in training, which is good as well. I'm trying to see if Smith Rowe's there. Rob Holding's there. Sambi Lakonga's there. I can't really see anybody else, to be honest. There's not many people in that picture. But we are back in training, and it would have done the players good to have a couple of weeks off as well. Get them fresh, get them chilling out, doing whatever they want with their families, etc., etc. And now let's get back in training, which is good. And listen, we've got a couple of friendlies, which I also think is fantastic for Arsenal to have done, because at the end of the day, we're going to need to get back up to speed, especially the players that have not gone, which is over half of our squad haven't gone. So it's going to be good to see how we get on in them friendlies. If anybody knows as well, because I haven't seen anything, but maybe you guys have got beadier eyes than I have. If anybody can tell me the fixtures, whether they're on TV, on the 8th of December, we're playing Lyon in the Dubai Cup. Then on the 13th of December, we're playing AC Milan in the same cup. Then on the 17th of December, we have Juventus at the Emirates Stadium. That's the day before the World Cup final. If anyone can tell me whether them 3 games are on TV, then please do so, and how I can watch, leave it in the comments, because I want to do watch-alongs for them. And if you can tell me where I can watch them, whether they're on regular terrestrial TV, whether it's on Arsenal website or not, I don't know. Let me know. So if that is the case, then and they are available on people to watch, which I'd imagine they are, then do let me know, because obviously I'll be doing watch-alongs for them games, which, by the way, well done to Arsenal, because I think 2 of them games, there's no football on that day, no World Cup games. So so that'd be good. People will be shuffling around looking for football. Well, here we are, baby. And one of them days, I think the football's on later in the evening and we're playing early in the afternoon. So that'd be good. So let me know. Leave that down below. I want to talk about the FA Cup draw. The FA Cup draw threw up a few surprises. Threw up a few surprises. I'm not going to go through the whole draw, but Arsenal got Oxford, which, listen, no disrespect to Oxford, we should be manhandling them. Manchester United got Everton. Manchester City got Chelsea. Oof. And what that's done to Manchester City's fixtures, which I want to read out, they do actually have an EFL Cup game on the 22nd against Liverpool. And if you have a look at their fixtures, this is insane. So they got an EFL Cup game on the 22nd of December. Then they've got Leeds United on the 28th in the league. Then on New Year's Eve, they have Everton. Then on the 5th of January, they've got Chelsea. Then 2 days later, I'd imagine that game's going to get changed. I can't imagine they're playing twice in 2 days. They then have Chelsea in the FA Cup. Then there's a break for a week. And then they get Man United away. 5 days later, they got Tottenham. Then they got 22nd of January, they've got Wolves. Then there's a break. Then they've got Tottenham, Aston Villa, and Arsenal. By the 15th of February, which is when the Arsenal game has been rescheduled to with Man City, by the 15th of February, Arsenal could be about 15 points clear. Let's be real, because they've not been great this season. And we're top of the table for a reason. If you look at our fixtures in the same time period, we have Boxing Day West Ham, New Year's Eve Brighton, January 3rd we have Newcastle, then we've got the FA Cup game, then we have Tottenham away, then Man United, then there's a break into February, then we have Everton, then Brentford, then Manchester City. Our fixtures are a lot easier, and I'm thinking we could potentially win this league this season, which would be great. Could you imagine if Arsenal actually went after 19 or 18 years without winning a title to actually go and lift the title? After all of the moaning, the bitching, the crying, the get him outs, the protests against Wenger, after all of that, we actually finally do what's required and actually go and win the league. Could you imagine? I'd be absolutely buzzing if we do that. Whether we do it or not remains to be seen. And this is where the January transfer window is going to have to come in handy, because I feel like we need badly to go and get a couple of players in. Our bench is not the one. Our bench is not good enough. If we have a couple of players out injured long term, whether that be Saliba or whether that be, I don't know, even Jesus, I think we could be banging trouble. So I'm kind of hoping that that we go and get some players. Who they are, I don't know. We're linked very heavily with Mudryk. We're linked to loads of players, to be honest. Everyone's linked to Arsenal. Why wouldn't they be? We're top of the table. We're top of the table for a reason. So, yeah, why wouldn't they be linked to us? But it's how you decipher and dissect all of the garbage stories that are doing the rounds. You know, I've seen us linked to Mudryk. Mudryk wants to come to us. Now we can get him for half price. Now it's definitely happening. He's flirting with Arsenal. The goalkeeper at Shakhtar's come out and said he's already at Arsenal. Like, if he don't sign for Arsenal, ignore all of these media outlets again. Yeah, going forward, just ignore them. Don't ever listen to anything they say if this all goes sideways, because people are putting the Mudryk up there as the second coming of Neymar. Like, I've even seen a headline: he is the Ukrainian Neymar. So I don't know. Let's just see what we do. But we're going to see how much Arsenal want it this year. Are we just the team that are happy to settle for fourth, or are we the team that are actually going to kick on now and say, right, the time is now. Strike while the iron's hot. They're on their knees, City, at the minute. They're not playing great. They've got big team after big team after big team to play. They've got a lot of players in the World Cup. Some of them are going to come back early. Some of them are going to be in the tournament till the death. Now, this is a time to strike. You know, we could have half of our players back by next week. So, yeah, man, I think we should go out there and go and sign some players and show a bit of intent, because that's all I want. Arsenal to show me some intent. Show me he wants to compete for the biggest and best honours. And if we do that, I'll be over the moon. Just compete. That's all I want. Compete. It's great that we've competed so far. Now let's see if we can compete till the death. I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings on the FA Cup draw, on the fixtures that have come off of the back of that, with Man City's and Arsenal's fixtures obviously having an extra game put in there. There is going to be another game in January as well. So if we progress past Oxford, we'll have another FA Cup game in there as well. So we've got plenty of games coming. I'd love to know your thoughts on what we need to do in January. Leave that in the window. Leave that in the window box downstairs. Go back and check out the videos from yesterday. I am going to be live later with James Redmond as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Yeah, should be good, man. And big up to everybody who's been supporting the channel, whether that be through donations, whether that be through liking, subscribing, and sharing. Do it now, and make sure you follow all of the socials. I do appreciate it. Anyway. I'm out of here. Adios, amigos. Laters.